I seem to have lost my way. Do you guys live around here?
Yeah, back that way.
I'm Peter, by the way.
I'm Eric. This is my sister Emily. Come on, our house is this way.
I haven't seen you at the local school. Do you?
No, you wouldn't have. We go to private school.
Well, that's okay. Do you know anyone else who goes...
Who are you? And what are you doing here?
I'm Peter Arden. I love the country around here. It's very beautiful.
Let me take a look at your eyes.
What? No.
I just want to see something.
What, you think I'm stoned or something? She thinks I'm stoned. Fine, go ahead then. I told you I just like to take walks in the woods.
Peter, come with me. I want to talk with you for a minute. This way. Get in. Peter Arden. I knew your name when you first told it to me. I've gone through a divorce recently, and I've really been on edge. I want you to promise me something. I'm going to tell you something, and you must accept it as fact.
I can't promise until I know what it is.
Promise it.
I can't. Turn back or it'll be too late.
Let me promise it now.
Okay, whatever it is, I promise.
Your father and I are having an affair.
I hate my father. He's always drunk, shouting. He doesn't mean well for anyone but himself.
My mother's no better. She's not like that, I mean. But she's paranoid about everything. So strict. And she'll embarrass you. It's unhealthy like. She hates us since our father's gone.
I know what it's like to be in an environment where you don't feel wanted. And I wish we didn't have to, but right now, we don't have much of a choice.
Don't we? I have a plan that'll get us both rid of them very soon.
What?
The new term of school starts tomorrow.
Yeah?
And I talked my mom into sending us to a certain boarding school. I knew they'd be happy to be rid of us. What they don't know is that this school, discovered after hours of research and connections in the field, is nothing of the ordinary.
What do you mean?
They teach ancient secrets, knowledge of the occult, the mysteries of man, powers of the mind. Does that frighten you?
No. It sounds exciting. Will your sister be coming with us?
Of course. My mother wouldn't let me go anywhere without seeing that tag-along come with us.
I've heard the history of some occult practices stemming from the Middle Ages. There's something familiar about...
Shh. They'll hear us. We'd better get some sleep. Tomorrow begins our journey. We have a long way to go in transforming ourselves.
Good morning. We've already had our welcomes, so we can skip to the more common tasks of distributing materials and reviewing some of our most basic principles. And I hardly think that my attire is relevant conversation, Peter. Students in this classroom do not speak when the teacher is talking. Now, the textbooks this year are, again, representative of the different subject areas which are required to keep those crucial parts of your brain active for our more demanding exercises. Most of the covers have been removed because their modern images of the outside world do not embody the characteristics imperative in the teaching of the old ways, which is to free ourselves from outside influences which may be harmful, except we left the cover on this one because the design is inspiring of the higher entities of knowledge and symbolizes the eternal ethos.
No, she called me out.
Yeah, well, if you had been...
Where are you supposed to be?
Well, we're on lunch right now.
Stand up against the wall. During lunch hour, the students usually stay on the grounds outside.
But surely we're allowed to...
We're sorry. We're new here. We didn't know exactly where we were supposed to be.
Well, now that you know, you can go ahead.
That's my thing. I have these weird, vivid dreams that allow me to experience strange, sometimes fantastic worlds. What do you think about our teacher? I mean, it's just, there's something about her.
I know. I've heard she's really strict, but for what she's teaching, I don't care. There's probably not another place like this in the world. It's more than we could have asked for. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm Eric.
Hi.
You look like you're enjoying yourself. So, how long have you been here?
Not too long. I'm the first in my family.
Oh, that's cool.
So what do you think so far?
It's the perfect place to practice our power.
Hi. I've got to stop back in my room, get some of the reading done before my next class.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Is your friend always so obsessed with his studies?
I don't know. I just met him.
Come on. I want to show you something. The stones of these ruins are thousands of years old. They were worshipped then, and they're still worshipped today. I can do whatever I want here. Do you trust me?
Yes?
Jump! And now there's no escaping it.
After which you must memorize the qualities of these herbs. It is also important to remember the rule of 3. That which you do to another will come back to you 3 times. Now, you must practice every night. Though it may seem difficult at first, if you apply yourself, you'll get it. Soon you'll notice how it takes less effort to cause change in the same object, and eventually you'll be able to cause change in far greater things.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, come on in.
I can't. I'm on my way to class.
Oh, I don't have class until tonight. Actually, I think your sister's in my class.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, she seems really smart.
I thought I told you about her. She's really weird. She likes to be off on her own. I don't try to figure her out.
I can't find my book.
Well, maybe it disappeared. See you later.
That's impossible.
Watch. Come on.
Hey, you don't mind if I go?
No, go ahead.
Good evening. May I come in?
Well, I don't...
Please, let me in. I have an appointment.
I don't know.
What is happening?
There's a man at the door. He wants to come in.
That's all right, Peter. I know him. You can run along. Our office is just up the stairs.
And so, primitive man used many of these characteristics as they may have been needed in day-to-day life. Many of these powers were prevalent among the peoples of old Europe, but by the 5th century Common Time, Christianity was being forcibly spread on a massive scale, and anyone who exhibited powers of the old ways was thought to be performing witchcraft and was branded a servant of the devil. Just a minute. Julie, what do you have there? Come here to the front of the class. You know well that such articles are not allowed in this classroom. Destroy it. Now, hold it over the flame. You can sit down now. Many were tortured and burned to death in the name of that foreign religion. And it is hard to know how many secret sects may have tried to keep our knowledge alive. Thus, much of this knowledge has fallen into obscurity.
Weren't there books written on the subject? I mean, in older times?
Yes, there are some, and questions have not been called for. Those who possessed this knowledge were feared, then persecuted as certain religious groups made us undesirable.
Are you bashing Christianity?
See me after class. Using their influence, as they did in the Middle Ages in Europe, they attempted to suppress and overrun those whose practices may have differed from their own.
Then what is your religion?
You may also stay after class, Emily. And then, in the 1930s, things became more relaxed, allowing us once again to convene. But many of those people died without passing on information, which leaves a lot to be reclaimed. That's all for tonight.
I have a question about the properties of genus Hyoscines. It's a depressant, but the book says it excites the senses.
Ah, but now you're thinking scientifically, which will hinder your mind's progress in coming to know other ways of thinking. Now, these effects of the herbs cannot be measured with factual science, but rather from what history tells us of the plant's magical properties.
Oh, I see.
It might not be what you first think, but you'll get it.
Thank you.
Have you been keeping up with your studies?
Yes, pretty much.
because I'm concerned that you're falling behind. I want you to come to my office tonight at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock a.m.? Could I perhaps come tomorrow morning at 7? Or earlier tonight?
Well, let's see what you know.
I've studied some books before, like a 16th century Norwegian book of spells.
I know that book. They said it made a lot of people sick. Perhaps that's a little too advanced for you to start out with. If you notice the figure here, you can see how the energy passes through all of the body. And by focusing, using certain limbs as pass points, you can harness that energy, while at the same time focusing with your mind. You'll feel it right back here. And the energy can be manifested physically. Results come after the mastering of our internal energies, though history may tell us different. This, for instance.
Did you want to talk to me?
No, you may go. Just in the future, raise your hand.
I feel exhausted, like I just ran a marathon.
You always feel tired, especially when you're first starting out.
Hey, that was really something. Hey, can I talk to you for a second?
We'll just say it.
Well, it's just this whole thing. I don't think it's such a good idea. I mean, don't you think the teachers are getting a bit...
Come off it. You're just sore because you got kept after class because of your own disruption.
Come on. Let's try something at a different mass point.
Hi.
Hi.
You want to go outside for a while before we have to go back to our rooms? Last night, a man came to the school.
A man?
Yeah, I overheard him talking with the teachers. But who was he? There's something not right about this place. I'm starting to think we should never have come here. Among others. But I've got to go. My class starts in a few minutes.
Do you like my sister?
If you mean, do I think she's a good person who's enjoyable to be around? Then yes.
I can't believe you're actually hanging out with such an idiot.
She's been more of a friend lately than you.
Relax your fingers a little more. That's right. You're 20 minutes late. You must have a pass from another teacher, have you?
What? 20 minutes? That's impossible. I just came from...
Without a pass, you will not enter. And furthermore, I will not allow your tardiness to disrupt my class at such a crucial stage.
But I...
Get out of this room or you'll be sorry.
Oh, hi.
This is for you. To practice with.
Thanks.
Sometimes, before you fall asleep at night, you can move small objects. Only you don't know because it's too dark.
It feels like I've known you before.
I think I knew your brother once.
Who, Josh?
Yeah, I think. He used to hang out with some friends by our old school.
Wow, he's moved out for years now.
Did you like him?
Well, I didn't hate him. Our relationship was... intermittent.
My brother hates me.
No, he doesn't hate you. Well, I guess he does kind of hate you, doesn't he? Well, hey, I don't really care for him much right now. Or his girlfriend. Emily, I have to tell you something that happened to me today. I left to go to my midday class. Perfectly on time. Only when I got there, the class was almost over. It didn't make sense. What happened to that lost time? There's the man. The man I told you I saw last night. I have a feeling, but I want to make sure. The only explanation that makes sense would be... I'm gonna find out why he's here.
Be careful. You'll be caught.
And soon everyone will know about your house on the lake. There's no room for rivalries here. The land was bequeathed to me, despite any favors you might have done for the school,
We had a deal.
which you failed to keep.
If only you could give me a little more time. I know I can get what you...
It's unacceptable.
But you gave me your word. You promised I'd be safe if I...
We make no promises.
After all I've done for you, and the protection that I've offered this school,
You're no good to us now, and any outsider would surely take you for mad if you told them.
but what about your students? I'm sure they'd be interested to know what you really are, and how you've been using their...
It was awful, what she did to him, the man. I saw she used manipulations of her hands and fingers to petrify him.
So he wasn't on their side after all.
Listen, we have to get out of here now. I think I've discovered the teacher's secret.
I expect you had a pleasant time out last night. In that case, I'm glad you saw what you did, to show you what might happen to you if you disobey.
We'd like to go now. if you don't mind.
Ah, but go we shall. Peter, you will come with me.
What about Emily?
Forget about her. It's too late even for her. I've brought you here to the heart of this old building to teach you the root of my powers, because I believe you falter as you question me. The truth is, the powers are in all of us, only some of us are fortunate enough to have greater ability to control it than others. Through time and devoted practice, under my watch, though, you'll have the potential to develop abilities rivaling our top students. Also, final warning, do not disobey again.
And if I do?
Then, Peter, you may find yourself in a position of particular weakness and powerlessness.
Like the other students?
Those who obey fare quite well.
You're wrong. I've been wondering for some time now why you would run a school like this. And now I realize that that's not your only goal, is it?
How ungrateful they become. We take pride in teaching a lost art.
And you do so to your own benefit and at the expense of your students.
That's not so.
You run the school to get more power for yourself by stealing it from your students. And by using your own rule of 3, giving your students power means that you yourself become more powerful.
That's not true. It's a lie.
And you are the biggest lie of all, using your trickery to get what you want, feeding off the pain and youthful energy of your students. Each day I watch them change, growing weaker and weaker all the time.
Yes. Yes! I've brought them powers that many people would kill for.
And they have. Now I can see how kingdoms have been destroyed, people killed, all for the sake of satisfying your rapacity and power. You've traveled from place to place, corrupting regions until you were found out and forced to lie dormant, until finding your next host. How long have you been alive? 100 years? 1,000?
So what makes you think you can end it now? You'd be killed!
Have you underestimated the powers of the young? Or is that the precise reason you've come to teach us?
Wait! Peter! I know at the core of you there must be some curiosity of the supernatural. Otherwise, you wouldn't have come here. With my powers and your ability, think of what we can accomplish together. You know I can do it. I promise you'll be safe here.
I've seen the value of your word. You've lost your protection, the power of your students is crumbling, and your lies have been revealed. You can never stay here now.
Then get out!
You guys, we have to get out of here now. Come on, we have to leave right now. There's too much power. It's out of control. You'll all be killed. We have to go.